What is going on, guys? Snickel here, and today I have another trophy talk for you. This is going to be for the week of February 19th, 2023. And I have to say, it has been quite the successful and very eventful week or last 2 weeks of trophy hunting, and I've gotten a lot of things done, and I've made a lot of progress in things, and I've got a lot of things that I want to do moving forward. So anyway, with all of that being said, let me know what games you guys have been playing down in the comments below. I love reading all that stuff. And also, if you would like to see me play some games on stream, there is a link to my Twitch down in the description below where I stream all my platinum trophies, and I've been trying to stream more frequently over there. So if you want to follow me, there's a link for that down in the description below with a bunch of other things. So if you want to go check any of that stuff out, I would greatly appreciate it. And also, if you haven't subscribed for trophy content like this, consider hitting that subscribe button to stay up to date on some of my trophy stuff. But anyway, with that being said, let's just get into this. So, like I said, it's been a pretty successful. I wish I could talk. Pretty successful last few weeks, and I've made a lot of progress in games, and I've got a lot of things done. So I believe in the last trophy talk, I had just gotten done Babylon's Fall on the PlayStation 4, which got me done Babylon's Fall on both the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5 before the servers went down. So really, really glad to get that done and out of the way and on to the next thing. So after I got done Babylon's Fall, I was kind of in this little area where, like, I still wanted to stream that night because I wasn't super tired, but I didn't want to start a new game, and I didn't necessarily know what I wanted to do or what I wanted to play. So what I did was I started a game that I wasn't really planning on playing. It wasn't on my radar or anything of games to play, that being Danger Zone 2. So, if you guys don't know what Danger Zone 2 is, it is basically the Crash segment of the Burnout games, but it is just the Crash side. It's not racing. And there is a Danger Zone 1 and a Danger Zone 2, along with a few other games that are made by this same company, Three Fields Entertainment, which actually was founded by the people who used to make Burnout back in the day, the same guys. But there is Dangerous Golf and Dangerous Driving, which are both the same. Well, Dangerous Golf is like Golf Burnout, kind of, if that even makes sense. And Dangerous Driving is essentially Burnout, but not with the music or the cars or really anything like that. It's kind of like a more indie version of Burnout. But yeah, I did Danger Zone 1 a while back. I had Danger Zone 2 downloaded on my PlayStation, so I was up to playing it whenever I got around to it, but I just randomly decided to play it because I was asking people, like, what games you want to see, and that's kind of what they said. If you tune up to my streams, sometimes that'll happen. I'll finish a game and I'll be like, I don't really know what to do. And we look through the games that are on my PlayStation and we'll just pick one to play. But this one wasn't too bad. I really enjoy this game, or I enjoyed this game. I don't really necessarily remember how Danger Zone 1 was, but Danger Zone 2 makes you do everything in the game. You have to do all of the you have to get all of the grand slams, you have to get platinum medals in everything, you have to do all of the run-up bonuses, you have to do basically everything in the game. You have to do absolutely everything in the game and fully 100% it. Even though it's not that much, you still need to 100% the entirety of the game in order to get the 100%, which I can really appreciate. Honestly, you could probably get this game done in a few hours. A few of the levels are definitely a little tricky in order to get the platinum medal or get the grand slam bonus, or even some of the run-up bonuses were giving me a little bit of a headache, but I wasn't necessarily using all of the features that the game had, so it's kind of on me. But all in all, really, really enjoyed the game. Came out of nowhere, and that gets done Danger Zone 1 and 2 for me, kind of somewhat working towards this franchise, but the next thing being Dangerous Driving. Well, I guess the next and last, unless you want to count Dangerous Golf. But really, really enjoyed it. Came out of nowhere and had a lot of fun. Then up next, we have I'm in Love with Your Dead Grandmother, which was something that I bought a while ago as kind of a joke. So a few years ago, I would live stream FMV games. Back when I used to live stream on like Sunday afternoons. And we would always live stream, or I would always live stream some sort of FMV game, like great games like 5 Dates and things like that. So I'm in Love with Your Dead Grandmother came out like a few months after that, and I kind of stopped playing FMV games on stream just because I had so many other things that I was doing and playing that it wasn't necessarily my top priority for games to play. So I re-downloaded all of these FMV games, and after I finished Danger Zone 2, I was kind of like, hey, what do you guys want to play? Or what are you feeling? And I had all of these downloaded, and I knew that they didn't take too long, so we gave it a whirl, and I gotta say, I don't have much to say. It is interesting. I don't necessarily know if someone should experience it, but it's interesting. But yeah, there's a few other games that are made by this company, and I do have them. So we'll see what ends up happening with them. But it was an experience, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. Wouldn't really suggest to get the game, but if you want some trophies, I guess do what you got to do for the trophy. Then up next we have Medal of Honor. Now, I'm not sure if this game was, or if I had played this game last Trophy Talk. I don't think I had, because it was, I recorded it on like the 7th, and I think I started this on the, I did start this on the 24th. So I guess I did play this. I didn't think if I did play this. Oh, I think I did play this. So there was a little bit of stuff going on here. So I always wanted to do Medal of Honor, and I had the game, and I knew that the multiplayer for this game was kind of easy-ish. I knew that it wasn't too much of a headache for what it was made out to be. So it was always a game that I wanted to play, and the servers were going down for it. The servers were supposed to go down, but I think they're still up. They were supposed to go down on the 16th, but people are still earning the trophies, up to the 18th. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, but yeah, it's a game that I always wanted to do. I've always had it. I've always wanted to do it. And I at least wanted to do Medal of Honor and Medal of Honor Frontline. Not necessarily Warfighter, because I've heard a lot of horror stories about that. I've heard that that's not really even a good Medal of Honor game. I've heard a lot of things about that. Never really experienced it on my own, but I have heard about it. And I'll talk about something, if I can remember at the end of this, moving forward with that. But I went into this game and I didn't really know what to expect with the multiplayer and the single player. Now, I was informed on stream that there was a mode in the single player that was tied to the multiplayer, and it was called Tier 1 mode, which is basically a speedrunning mode. It's this trophy right here, Conspicuous Gallantry, which I believe people have still been earning to this day, so it didn't actually go down. But people were telling me that the Tier 1 mode was tied to online because it was tied to the servers and you could see people. So if the servers are going to go down, Tier 1 mode is probably going to go down, which means Conspicuous Gallantry will not be a trophy that's obtainable. So when I heard that, I was like, okay, well, I should probably get on this sooner rather than later. Now, to unlock Tier 1 mode, what you have to do is you have to play through the missions in the single player to get access to the Tier 1 version of that mission. So if you play through the first mission and then you back out, you can then play the Tier 1 version of that first mission. So what I did was I played through the entirety of the campaign, and I would play through like the first mission and then back out and do Tier 1, play through the second mission, back out and do Tier 1 for the second mission, play the third mission, back out, do Tier 1 for the third mission, all the way up until I beat the game. And all in all, I didn't really have any issues with Tier 1. I did struggle, or not really struggle, but I did fail Belly of the Beast twice. Once at the end and once in the middle, which Belly of the Beast, if you don't know, is by far the hardest mission when it comes to Tier 1. But all in all, it wasn't that bad, and I got through the entirety of the game. So I got through the entirety of the game, I did Tier 1, and then after I did that, I spent a few hours just cleaning up the rest of the single player, doing trophy guides and things like that, which are up on Trophy Hunters Gaming. And then from there, I was basically done the single player other than playing through on hard mode, which I still need to do. So now came the fun of doing the multiplayer. Since that's the main reason that I was doing the game, I wasn't necessarily doing the game to platinum it, I was doing it for the multiplayer. So I knew that you needed 6 people to start it, and Brian and I were both doing it, and Brian and I both had 2 copies of the game. Well, as we thought. My second copy of the game ended up being Medal of Honor Warfighter, which I stupid enoughly didn't know that it was that, and I didn't even realize it until I tried to load it up, and I was like, this is not Medal of Honor 2010, what the fuck is this? We had a few people helping us. We had StepMac helped us, and then I'm trying to think off the top of my head. There was a few random people that were in a server that we had joined that had helped us, and basically we started doing the multiplayer one night on the 13th, a few nights before it went down, and we stayed up and we got a lot of the trophies on the 13th, and then I woke up the next day on the 13th, and I basically AFK'd all of the team modes. Like whatever team mode was available to being played, I just literally threw my controller in there and had my guy jumping until I got the 2 hours played in each mode, because it bases it off of play time, not load time in between, and you actually have to be in the match. You can't just be sitting in like the pre-lobby. So you have to actually be playing the game. So if, combat mission was jumping, I hopped in combat mission and I just jumped around. And if Team Assault was jumping, I hopped in Team Assault and I just, jumped in there until I got my 2 hours. So we did that, and then we were also level grinding when we had the opportunity to, when we had the people together. And the level grinding wasn't too bad. Essentially, all you have to do in this game is you need to play 2 hours in each game mode, and then you have to level grind. All of the other stuff comes naturally from level grinding. So there's a trophy down here, which is called Multiplayer Tier 1, which is to reach top level in one class, which is level 15. The way that you can level grind, there's a few ways you can go about it. You can do sector control, which is when you just go in and out of the flag and you kind of just capture the flag and then lose the flag and capture the flag and lose the flag. There's also objective raid, which is just to defuse a bomb, plant a bomb, defuse a bomb, plant a bomb, defuse a bomb, and you do that over and over again. So those are the 2 ways to get XP very fast. And what happens is when you're doing those, you earn, not XP, but you earn points in the game. And when you get to a certain amount of points, you get rewards where you can either do offensive support actions, or you can do what's the other one? Just regular support actions, I believe. Or yeah. So the offensive support actions are things like airstrikes and stuff like that, and you have to activate each one of those one time. And you need to get up to 600 points in that, throughout that round to get the maximum offensive support that you need to get, which is very easy to get, like super easy to get if you're boosting. The only thing is you kind of have to activate it like far away, because if you activate it right on top of where you are, you'll most likely die, and then you'll have to start over from getting points. And all in all, the points aren't really that bad. Every time you capture something, you'll get 15 points, and then you'll also get additional points for activating support stuff and things like that. So getting up to the 600 to do the missile strike support, it really isn't that bad. Or no, you have to use each offensive support once. That's the one that's kind of annoying. So that's really, really not that bad. Other than that, when you get to 600, you then can earn double points, which makes the boosting go even faster. The only thing that sucks is random people can join. You can't kick people. You can't do it in a private lobby. So if random people join and start playing, that can be a little bit of a pain in the ass. But luckily, there weren't really that many people that were playing, so it made it pretty easy to get through. So essentially, just played the 2 hours. We leveled up and got like the 600 points and did all the offensive stuff, and then from there it was just playing with the same class, getting to level 15, and then that basically gets you the multiplayer done. It really doesn't take that long. It doesn't take as long as I really thought it would. And honestly, you could probably get it done in one night if you had a solid group of people together that knew what they were doing. But playing with random people half the time was, kind of annoying. But anyway, with all of that being said, got Medal of Honor done. Really happy to get this done. And I'm debating what I want to do. I'm debating if I want to platinum Medal of Honor, play through the hard mode on stream and platinum it, or if I want to play Medal of Honor Frontline and then play Medal of Honor. And then there's a whole nother aspect of it where if the servers didn't actually go down for Medal of Honor and Medal of Honor Warfighter, and they're I've heard they're like peer-to-peer. If that's true, then like maybe I'll do Medal of Honor Warfighter, but also like I really don't want to, because I've heard a lot of really, really bad things about that. So if you guys have heard anything about that, or anything about that, let me know in the comments below. I know that there's like some glitch things that go on with that, and it just makes it really annoying. So if that's the case, I do want to stay away from it. And like I said, I've heard nothing but like bad things about it, about how it's not a good Medal of Honor game and things like that. So that's another reason why I'm kind of staying away. But yeah, got done Medal of Honor, fully done, had a blast with it, and looking forward to getting the platinum, doing Medal of Honor Warfighter and everything like that, because I really enjoy these older first-person shooters. And as I was doing Medal of Honor, it really made me remember how much I actually like the PS3, or not even like how much I love the PS3. There's just something about PS3 graphics and that era of like first generation HD graphics that's just like so phenomenal, because don't get me wrong, new consoles, PS5, PS4, they have phenomenal graphics and things look great, but there's just something about a game when it looks video gamey that just makes it so much more character. It has so much more character and characteristics than like these new games that look, hyper realistic and things like that. Because when they look hyper realistic, then it doesn't really like feel super video gamey and everything. It's kind of weird, but I really like that about the PS3 and like that first generation of HD games. But yeah. Medal of Honor. With all of that being said, Medal of Honor done. Hold on. So then up next we have a few games. I'm going to talk about two of these games back to back, even though they're not listed back to back. I'm going to talk about them back to back. That being Madden 18 and Madden 19. So if you guys don't know, Madden 18 and Madden 19 are actually going down the beginning of March, I believe March 7th. So if you're wanting to do these, I would advise to get on them sooner rather than later. And the main things that you need to worry about, since they're both basically identical lists, the things you need to worry about are obviously the Ultimate Team. So anything with MUT in it, you need to worry about. So these four down here. And the other thing that you should worry about is this Tom Brady Legacy Award trophy in both of them, because you can just download a roster. Wow, could I talk? You can download a roster off of the internet, and you can load it up and start a franchise with it and basically get that in 10 minutes. You get all these legacy trophies in like 10 minutes. So, and that's both for Madden 18 and Madden 19. You do it the same exact way. But Madden 18 was okay. It was what it was. The random trophies at the top are super easy. They're the same in Madden 18 and Madden 19. I swear to God, they're the same list other than the long shot stuff. And then talking about long shot, that's all the stuff at the bottom. That was a little bit of a pain in the ass because you have to essentially read through a guide if you want to get a few of these trophies and you want to be efficient. But you need to read through a guide if you want to get draft grade, high IQ, and prove it on the field, because you need to choose certain options and things when you're playing through in dialogue and making choices when you're, passing the ball or whatever. You have to make very specific decisions in order to get high football IQ and great on-field performances. And then there's also the trophy steer clear, which is for completing every steer the ball mechanic. There's a total of 5 in the game, so you need to pay attention to those as well. And you can fail those. So with those, when you are steering the ball, if you end up overthrowing the receiver so it goes past him and then the game brings it back and you can try again, that counts. You can do that. The one thing you can't do is the ball cannot hit a defender and be deflected and you fail. So if you go past the receiver, perfectly fine. If you hit a defender, not good. You need to quit. The other thing that really sucks about the long shot is once you beat it, there's really no chapter select, which is understandable to an extent. I mean, I don't fully agree with it, but I understand why they did it. So if you end up missing trophies, you have to play back through the entirety of long shot, which is really not that long. But the thing that I found super annoying was that you couldn't skip the cutscenes. Like, why? Or you couldn't even like fast forward them in any sort of way. You had to watch and listen to everything that was being said. So that was also kind of annoying. But other than that, it was run of the mill when it comes to story. It wasn't anything too crazy. And, all in all, it was okay. But I got that done, and I didn't have to replay back through that, any, certain amount of times. I got it all done in my first playthrough, so that was great. I have a full trophy guide, on Trophy Hunters Gaming, so if you have any issues with any of it, you can go check that out. And then I'm actively uploading trophies and trophy guides for Madden 19 on Trophy Hunters Gaming, which again, the trophies are basically the same thing from Madden 18 to Madden 19, minus a few things and adding a few things. So again, you're going to have your Madden Ultimate Team, which I think in this game is easier for the chemistry, but I'm not exactly sure. Don't take my word on that. I don't really remember. You also then have the Tom Brady Legacy Award, along with the random trophies at the top, same random trophies at the bottom. The only thing that varies here is you do have long shot, which has different trophies. So I will be putting out long shot trophy guides in the upcoming week, but I do plan on playing through this at some point, probably tomorrow or Wednesday or something. But I do plan on trying to get this done by this upcoming weekend, because the game does go down in 2 weeks. Now, the long shot or none of that should be affected by the server shutdown. It's basically going to be the Ultimate Team and then the Legacy. The Legacy trophy technically is not going to be unobtainable when the servers go down. It's just extremely easy to do it with servers because you can download a roster that will allow you to do that. If you end up watching this and the servers are down and you still want to do it, all you basically have to do is create a roster that's like 99 overall and then assign a franchise to that roster, and they'll just run through everybody. The other thing you can do if you really want to make it easy and not have it fail is you can lower the statistics of all the other teams on every other roster, but that would take like literally forever, so I wouldn't even worry about that. But all in all, both of them are not that difficult, and I'm hoping to have Madden 19 done within the next, few weeks. I'm not really pushing it, but I do want to get it done just to get it off the table and move on to other things. So anyway, let's talk about the last game that I've been playing this week, which is the game that I've been having the most fun with. I kind of complained about this last trophy talk, I think a little bit because I was having issues, but it is Hogwarts Legacy, which I was I pre-ordered this game and I was expecting to get it day one, and I got I went on Amazon because that's where I get all my games from. I went on Amazon to check the delivery, and it said that it wasn't going to be delivered until the end of the month. And I was like, well, that's really annoying. And then I checked it the next day and it was like going to be delivered today. And I was like, oh, okay. So you guys, why would you tell me it's going to be delivered at the end of the month and then tell me it's going to be delivered the day after? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Especially since you could like pre-order the regular version of the game and get it the day it released. I pre-ordered like the one that was, you were supposed to get like, 5 days in advance, and I ended up getting it like one day in advance or something. Like I think it was one day. I started playing on the maybe not. I started playing on the 19th, and I got my first trophy on the 19th, I should say. But I started playing before that. But what do I think of the game? I am somewhat of a, I wouldn't say I'm a Harry Potter like fan or anything like that. I've watched all the movies. I like all the movies and everything. I'm not like diehard Harry Potter, but like I do understand everything behind it all because I've seen all of the movies and everything. But I gotta say I'm thoroughly enjoying the game. The map is ginormous, considering what I thought we were gonna get out of it. It's a lot bigger than what I was expecting, and just the features that the game has and everything that the game has to offer is phenomenal. And I gotta say, the chef's kiss to this game, and maybe it's because I haven't really dove into it too much, or I haven't gotten into maybe like a hard side of it or something, but chef's kiss to this game is the combat, man. The combat is phenomenal. When you think about combat for these games, you think back on like Harry Potter on the PS3 and stuff, where it was like first person shooter except with the wand, or third person shooter with the wand, I should say. This game is not like that. You can do that if you want to, but it's not like a cover based shooter. It's more of I'm not even gonna call it Arkham style because it's not. It's really its own thing. But you can get into combat and you can do blocks, and you can do things to dodge around, and you can use different spells and different combos and things like that, and you can really utilize different combinations of spells, and it's phenomenal. And you really have to think about it, and you have to also be able to cast those spells in the order that you want to. It's not button mashy. You really have to think about what you're doing. So I got to say, the combat, chef's kiss right now. I'm really, really enjoying it, but I may regret that in like a month or two when I'm going to clean up for the platinum. But I haven't really made it too far into the game. I got to the map chamber I got sorted into Ravenclaw, which is fine. I really don't give a shit what house I'm in, but I made it to the map chamber, and I've just been working through the main story. I have not been doing any collectibles or side stuff or things like that. I've just mainly been working through the story. Well, I guess I have been doing like side quests, but I haven't been doing like collectibles on the side. I've just been working through the main story and the side quests until like I get to certain points, and then I'm going to start rolling guides out for it at some point, but I'm not really rushing it there. I'm really enjoying the game. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and it's something that like I may end up streaming, but I'm not really sure. I did stream it like the first night I played it, but then I didn't download the patch, so I couldn't play it anymore. It was really weird. Could only play the intro, but I've really, really, really been enjoying the game. And if you guys haven't picked it up, I would highly, advise and suggest to pick it up because it's phenomenal. It broke all those records on Twitch and things like that. It definitely deserves it because it's a great game. There's a lot of variability to the game. There's a lot of playability to the game. There's a lot of, I wouldn't necessarily say there's a lot of choices, but what I've heard is depending what house you get put in, you have different quests and stuff, which is phenomenal. There's a lot of replayability if that's the case. And all in all, it's been a great game. I've really been enjoying it, and I think I'm going to really enjoy going for this platinum. Unless something glitches. Which, talking about glitching, Madden 18 glitched on me. I guess I should have mentioned that when I was talking about it. So there's a trophy in Madden 18. It's called Full Set. Madden 19 has it, and it is, wow, any day now. It's for getting a win with all 32 of the NFL teams. And I did this legitimately, quote unquote, legitimately. I went through, I played 1 minute quarters. I got a win with every single team. I was keeping track of it, didn't get the trophy. Turns out it's a glitch trophy and there's other ways around it. So I wasted like 10 hours or something going for that, which was a real pain in the ass. But, it is what it is. When you're stupid, that stuff happens. But yeah, if you're going for Madden 18, full set could glitch. So keep an eye out for it. All right. So that's what I've been playing. It definitely sounds like a lot. It has been a lot. And like I said, I've been enjoying every second of everything that I've been playing. I've really been hopping around a lot, which I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that or not. Because I've been trying to, want to stick to a more scheduled way of playing playing my games. But that sounds really stupid now that I think about it, because it's like I should just play whatever I want to play. I think the reason why I think that way is because I will play games when servers are going down, and it makes me feel like I have to play that game. Like that game needs to get done, which is true, right? Like Medal of Honor had to get done before the servers went down if I wanted to do it. So that game is like I had to focus on it, which is one of the reasons why like I wasn't making trophy talks and I wasn't streaming as much as I wanted to, because if I come home and I stream for 4 hours, I can't stream me boosting Medal of Honor, especially if the lobbies are open lobbies and people can join. Not really a good idea. Not saying I'm pulling some huge audience of hundreds of people, but I don't really want to stream myself boosting a game when people could just join and fuck around and really mess everything up. So I was trying to stay away from that, and I was really trying to focus on getting that done as soon as possible, because I just wanted that done. So anyway, that's what I've been playing. What do I plan on playing in the upcoming weeks? So, as you already know, or as I've already stated, Madden 19 is a goal of a game that I want to get finished in the next week, platinum and everything in the next week. Another game that I want to focus on playing either on stream or whatever is Hogwarts Legacy. Definitely going to be focusing on getting that game done, because it is, phenomenal. Going to continue to play through that and start rolling guides out on that. There are a few other games that I want to play that I've really been putting on the back burner and I need to get back to. So let's talk about those for a second. So the number one game that I want to get back to and I want to finish and fully get done is Hitman 2016. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but ever since I started playing Medal of Honor, this kind of got put on the mega back burner. But all I need to do to 100% this is essentially do the masteries in Paris, Marrakesh, Bangkok, and Colorado. So I need to get the masteries in those, and then I just have to do 10 contracts, high score on a contract, and featured contracts. So really easy stuff. I need to do that because I want to get back to doing the Hitman Star Wars rotation. I already have the next Star Wars game. I'm not going to mention it because, stay tuned for that. You might already know what it is. But yeah, I want to get that done. I also would like to get done multiplayer-wise. I really want to get done Hawks 1 and Hawks 2. Brian and I were working on Hawks 1, and it got sidetracked because of Medal of Honor. So we're going to get back to Hawks 1 very, very shortly. All we have to do in Hawks 1 is level up, I believe, 2 more levels. We're both level 38, so we need to get to 40. So we're very close to that. And then Hawks 2, all we have to do in that is we need to do the last mission on the hardest difficulty, and then the level grinding, I believe, can be done solo, but we were going to test to see if it was easier to do it in multiplayer than it was solo, because we might just do it in multiplayer, but who knows. But Hawks 1 and Hawks 2 are definitely games that I would like to finish up soon, I guess. I don't really have like a time frame for them, but like I would like to get them done soon, just because I feel like they've been on the plate for so long. I mean, we haven't earned a trophy in Hawks 1 and like since September, and Hawks 2 hasn't been till August. So it's been a long time. It's been a long time in the making, and we should really get back and finish that up. There's a few other games that I also would like to finish on stream. Actually, before I talk about games I want to finish on stream, another game that I want to finish the multiplayer for, which I only have one more trophy for, is Injustice 2. I know I'm hopping around a lot, but that's another game that's somewhat on my mind because I need to finish, or I want to finish the 10 ranked wins. I just need to hop on and do that. But yeah, those are the 3 games multiplayer-wise that I want to focus on: is Hawks 1, Hawks 2, and Injustice 2. Brian and I have a few other games lined up multiplayer-wise, but for me personally, those are the 3 that I want to focus on moving forward. There's a few other games that I want to focus on when it comes to getting the platinum. Mainly two that I want to do on stream at some point. Um, I just need to decide how I want to do it or whatever. I guess there's multiple games I want to do on stream, but two that I haven't mentioned yet is I want to do knack, and I also want to do, I guess I've talked about Medal of Honor, but both of those, all I have to do is basically play through the game on certain difficulties. So knack, I need to play through on hard and then very hard, which knack actually is an ultra rare platinum. That's kind of crazy. And then the other one is Medal of Honor. I got to do that at some point. And then obviously, like I said, Hitman. So there's a lot of jumping around. I feel like I've been hopping around a lot recently just with server shutdowns and new games coming out and things like that. So I somewhat feel like my brain is scrambled, and I really should be finishing things up. But yeah, there's other games that I would like to get back to at some point. So maybe when I finish certain things up, I'll go back. Those games are like things like Dirt Rally 2.0. I really want to get back to. I want to get back to, at some point streaming Anthem. So there's a lot of games that I want to get back to, but I'm not really focusing on them right now because I'm focusing on, new games like Hogwarts Legacy and a few things that I've already started multiplayer-wise. But really, there's a lot going on, I feel like, and I just need to, focus, and I need to get those games done and move forward with them because that's the best thing that I can do. I really have felt that way in probably I wouldn't even say the past month. I guess it's been like the past month, but I feel like I've been, hopping all over the place. And like I said, I have been trying to stream more. I want to try to stream other than maybe the night that I record the trophy talk, which would either be on a Sunday or a Monday, unless I can do it Monday during the day. I'm trying to stream every night between 8 to 9 p.m. for, a few hours and just play whatever. It just sucks because there's certain games that, and I don't want to, I'm not like, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining because I'm not. I'm just like talking about it because this kind of stuff that I do all day is, when I'm driving to and from work, I'm thinking about these things and kind of somewhat self-discussing them with myself. But I just feel like I've been hopping around a lot recently from game to game, and that's, again, mainly because of server shutdowns and things like that, but I've also not been like tidying things up because I feel like I've been waiting to do them on stream. And like I said, I'm trying to be more consistent with the streaming. Like I want to try to stream every single night, starting at between 8 and 9, because I want, people to be like, oh, I can turn in at this time and Snickel will be streaming kind of. But I do struggle on picking those games sometimes because sometimes I want to progress in like Hogwarts Legacy and I want to get through those trophies. And I want to do trophy guides and I want to do this and I want to do that. But at the same time, like I don't want to do that on stream. So then it kind of holds me back. And then I get into this weird thing where I'm like, well, I want to make guides, but if I'm making guides and I feel like I'm not streaming and I'm not, and it's just like conflict for no reason is what it comes down to. There's literally conflict for no reason. But I guess I just have to change my mindset of the whole thing, because if I'm not playing a game and making guides for it, I want to be playing another game and making progress in another way. Like if I'm not going to play Hogwarts Legacy and make guides for it, and I'm just using this as an example, if I'm not going to play games and or play Hogwarts Legacy and make guides for it, then like maybe I stream Anthem and I get that done. Then I'm making progress towards Anthem. Regardless if I'm playing, I'm making progress towards something, which is what I kind of feel like I don't remind myself of, which is, pretty stupid. But like I said, I feel like I have definitely been hopping around in the past month from game to game to game to game, and I haven't been finishing things, and I haven't been doing this and I haven't been doing that. I mean, it was like I was focusing on God of War Ragnarok, but like Brian and I were then doing MLB 19, and then Babylon's Fall was going down, and then I was like, oh fuck, I'll do Babylon's Fall on the PS4 too, and then I did that, and then I started Hitman, and then I did Injustice, and then Medal of Honor was like, well, I'm going to yeet myself. And then we started, the Madden games, and then Hogwarts came out, and it's just, I feel like it's been all over the place. It is what it is. Like the games are going to get done at the end of the day. I just feel like it's been a lot of hopping. But with all of that being said, I'm going to end this video here. I think I could talk for hours, but and I know you guys probably want that, but if you do want that, then follow me on Twitch, because over there I'll ramble and play the game too at the same time. It's a thing. It happens sometimes. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like down in the comments below. Again, let me know what games you guys have been playing, if you've been making any progress, what platinums you've been getting, things like that. I love reading all that stuff. I love interacting with you guys and just hearing what type of goals you guys are setting for yourself and moving forward, what progress you guys are making. Down in the description below, you'll find links to all types of stuff, my Twitter, my Twitch, videos like this, all my platinum trophies that I've gotten over the various past years. So if you want to go check any of that stuff out, again, I would greatly appreciate it. Anyway, if you again did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like. If you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing for more trophy content like this. And I hope to see you all around sometime soon.